Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. Open your mind. Now, last week I talked about not walking around with your head in the sand. But even if you're not doing that, you still got to open your mind out here. Open your mind to new things. Open your mind to different ideas and stuff. It doesn't mean that you have to adopt those ideas. And it doesn't mean you have to follow those ideas, but be open to seeing those ideas, to learning those ideas. Because I'm going to tell you what, one, it gives you a better understanding of what's going on out here. And there's millions of ideas, millions of thoughts, philosophies, and everything, And if you open your mind to them, you can learn from them. Now, like I said, it doesn't mean that you automatically follow them or anything, but it gives you a different perspective. It sees things from a different angle. And I'm going to tell you what, opening your mind to new ideas can actually challenge you. It can challenge any false beliefs that you have, and then you'll be able to deal with them. Or it can strengthen the beliefs that you have. So it's good on both angles. It is great on both angles. Because, for example, if say that you have a certain belief or certain philosophy about how you live in your life, how you doing things, but you open your mind up to other ways of doing things, you might actually say, what I'm doing is okay. You might actually have faith in what you're doing. Because here's another angle of that. A lot of times people they're going through life with a good philosophy, a good way, a good mindset, but sometimes they might not have faith in it, right? When you try to see other ways of doing it, you can look back at yours and say, this ain't bad. It's like that finding, that grass is greener syndrome. You thinking everything else is great, but, you look at everything else and say, let me just water my own grass. Now, that's one way. Now, if your stuff is just totally jacked up, you'll be open to something new. And at the very least, you're learning something, because going through life, you always want to learn. We're always doing one of two things. We either growing or we're regressing. A lot of people are regressing. A lot of people might get to a certain point and then regress. But then other people get to a point and they keep rising and transforming. You see how I work that in? But the thing is, you have to open your mind. Because it's a powerful thing. Because I'm going to tell you what, and even many scientists have realized this. Many people don't fully use their mind. They don't fully use it. They only use a portion of it. By opening your mind to different things, you get to see a great several worlds. You get to see new ideas. And as I said, it can challenge stuff in you that's bad, or it can strengthen stuff in you that's great. But in order to do all of that, you first got to open your mind. You got to see other ways of doing it. Because I'm going to tell you something now. Let me share something about myself. I love learning. And I love learning stuff and learning ideas, seeing perspective that intelligently challenges mine. I actually do. Because then I can strengthen whatever weaknesses there are in my perception. Or if there's something with my perception that I have found in the past to be incorrect, I can say, hold up, let me adopt this, And that's the thing. And see, it just makes you a better person. But if you close-minded about things, you don't learn anything. Because a lot of people, they just close-minded. What was I talking about last week? Getting your head out the sand. Many people, once they make their mind up on something, they don't change no matter how bad it is for them. I can halfway understand if they close-minded, but you know what? Their life is just perfect for them. They got the relationships they want, they got the health that they want, they got the resources that they want. They just totally happy. Okay, I can understand that. I haven't met that person yet, though. So I haven't met that person yet. I'm still looking forward to it. Maybe, in the next 50 years of my life, I'll meet that person. Maybe they exist. They probably on a mountain somewhere and not worried about like the minutia of everyday life, right? But whatever the case, though, in the meantime, everyone needs to open their mind to just new things, new ways of seeing things, new ideas, new beliefs. If at the very least, too, just to understand other beliefs, understands things. A lot of problems that we have in the world now is that people, they're stuck in their mindset and they don't have any tolerance for anything else. And, we got some big issues out here with people tolerating different religions, tolerating different genders, different races, different heights, a lot of things. But if you open your mind, you can see the beauty in everything. It's just like you can see the beauty in a rose, but opening your mind, you can see the beauty of an orchid or a daisy. You can see the purpose in everything. And then at the other same time, you can see what could potentially be a problem. You can see what could mess with your own world. So, but opening your mind is a power. It allows you to see. It's opening your eyes. I could halfway call opening your eyes, but it's even deeper than that. Your eyes are just one way that information comes to you. It still ultimately comes down to your mind, how you're thinking, And there's nothing wrong with growing and adding to how you think. There's nothing wrong with it at all. We should be doing it. 1 year from the date that this podcast comes out, I want to feel like I know more. In fact, I will feel like the next year is a failure if I don't know more, because I want to keep learning. I want to keep expanding my mind. So open your mind. Open your mind. All right? So that's all I have. Think on what I said. Keep rising and transforming. Peace.